The Four-Leaf Clover podcast is sponsored by Planet Celtic.
Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday Focus show on the Four-Leaf Clover podcast. It's party time tomorrow, hopefully. For real, Jerry, it's party time this evening. Jerry, you are off to a wee shindig straight after this gig. But how has your week been, my good man?
Just usual, Scott, working away and doing what I do during the week, run about after I say rains, they're all done now, but get the wee man to swimming. He swims for North Ayrshire. So run about Monday to Thursday, Friday, run about all week, mate. So you do run about 9 o'clock at night, the jammies are on, mate. You know what I mean? Gerald. I'm Gerald during the week, Scott, and Jerry at the weekend. So I'm
Gerald.
in a baby, you know what I mean? So work hard, play hard at the weekend, and the jammies on during the week.
What you up to tonight, mate? What you up to tonight after this?
Straight to John McGlynn's 70th in Elms, mate, in Saltcoats. Good Celtic pub. Usually a lot of good bands on there and all that. So I'm sitting here just got my top off, shirt on, slip-ons on. That'll be me. Head out. Time for the slosh. So
slosh time it is. Get sloshed into that red wine. Get sloshed into that red wine, mate, before you go.
I'm getting a wee big mate now, so I'm up.
Andre, how are you doing, sir? How's your week been, mate? And I take it you're very much like the rest of us and looking forward to tomorrow.
Can't wait. I think it's going to be we're going to talk about the press conference. Obviously, Brendan's been talking about that today. But I think as fans, it's an exciting time in it. You know, it's like waiting for Christmas in it. It's when you're a kid. You know it's just coming tomorrow, but you want it to be here right now. So looking forward to it. I'm actually kind of glad that it's an early kick-off because it gets here quicker, rather than waiting to kind of 3 o'clock or whatever, even if it's a later one for maybe 5 o'clock. So I'm glad it's an early kick-off. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Really excited.
You'll notice that we're missing our Patrick this evening. Our Paddy is actually on the boat on his way over. Him and his grandson were lucky enough to get 2 tickets for Tannadice. So all the best for that, Paddy. We're missing you this evening. But we have a return, if you look down the bottom right-hand corner there, of our Michelle, who's been ill all week. But you got some good news today, Michelle, didn't you?
Yep, after nearly 16 weeks of wearing my brace after my motorbike accident in January, I've got it all clear and I'm now allowed to take off. So, bonfire tomorrow night for me.
Happy days, mate. Happy days. Happy for you. So, let's get into the show. We have got quite a few things for you this evening, a few segments as well. But we're going to hand the pod over to our Andy first, who was watching our Brendan Rodgers press conference today. Andy, what did the gaffer have to say, mate?
It's the usual kind of generic push, to be honest with you. You know, it's always the same kind of questions, always the same kind of answers. Basically, what he's saying is don't be complacent. You know, you can be so far ahead and so comfortable. And that actually takes me back to, I can remember footage of St. Jockstein, mate, with a quote saying that I want my teams to know that they could be beaten. I don't want them getting into the game thinking that they're just going to stroll it, because that's when you do get caught out. You need that not that they're going to get a fear factor, but they need something in the back of their mind to say that we could lose this game. It's the only thing that's going to drive you on to actually win it. So I think that's he's maybe touching on times that we haven't done it, like say against St Johnstone up in Perth, when we just weren't on it at all. And I think our minds were elsewhere, too far ahead and no concentrated on that game. I think we're going to see a real concentrated performance tomorrow to get us out of the line. Also touching on the amount of trophies if we get, or when we get over the line, and at the end of the season it could be the most successful Celtic manager with the amount of trophies that he's won, which is pretty unbelievable. It just shows you how rich we are when it comes to success in this particular period. What else did I speak of it? Speaking about James Forrest, obviously, opportunity to become the most decorated player in the club's history. He's just talking about how humble he is and how much an ultimate professional that he is, that it just stays at the same level, if you know what I mean. His performances are superb. He's a very skillful player, but never lets it get to his seat. He always does what he's meant to do as a professional. And he also touched on Callum being in that same mindset as well. Our captain, talking about who's going to be missing tomorrow. Yang and Casper are obviously still out, but that's it. Dane Murray, I think, as well. Everybody else is available and fit to play. He was also asked on the Rangers takeover. I don't know why they bring these questions. I mean, what's he going to say?
Headlines, mate. Headlines.
I know they're wanting something. They're wanting for him to come out with something silly, and Brendan's just not that type of guy to do that. So it was very diplomatic, but also said that, look, I'm concentrated in Celtic. You know, it's good for their fans, it's good for the club. But ultimately, what he's saying is, I don't care. I only care about us. You know, so this is what really gets me about the Scottish mainstream media. Is the absolute nonsense that they talk. You know, they can't conjure up any new stuff, any challenging questions. It's just bullshit, mate. And if I was Brendan, I think I would refuse to go to these press conferences until they start upping their game a wee bit, because it's very, very lazy journalism. These guys are getting paid fortunes to do a job that we could go and ask questions. You see Celtic fan media coming out with better questions, and press conferences than what these guys do. Ask real questions. Don't come out with absolute nonsense. It's just
because it's dying a death, mate. It's dying a death. You know?
Yes, that's why the Daily Record and all the rest of it, they're doing podcasts like this.
Yeah,
their written press doesn't exist anymore. They've got no customer base or anything like that left. And don't even get me started in the Sun on that fucking rag, because that doesn't even that shouldn't even be existing anymore. That paper. That's all I'm going to say about that. But sorry, I kind of went half a man there. That's about it, mate. So he also said he's looking forward to tomorrow. So, but they've got to do the job.
No, that's bang on, mate. Bang on what you said. And I think you're right. I think sometimes Brendan is too diplomatic. I think if that was an Ange or a Strachan, you know, that was asked the questions, they'd see them at the door, man, straight away.
Saying that, did you see Mourinho? I seen a press conference of Mourinho getting asked that question, and he's kidding on, he's falling asleep with the guy. The guy went on and on and on and on. They went, I'm not answering questions like that. You know, he's snoring. He's sitting kidding on, he's snoring.
It was the same with Alex Ferguson. I know, you know, he just didn't take any shite off anybody, and he just said, listen, don't you ever ask me a question like that again, or you'll not be back in these press conferences. I think that's the sort of take that Brendan has to take sometimes. I know he's very diplomatic, but sometimes you've got to be a bit safe. So one of the players that you mentioned there, mate, and I've seen him in the comments as well, we've done a wee spotlight on Arnie Engels on the last pod for our Paddy. But we've got three Ayrshire people on the panel this evening, myself, our Jerry and our Michelle. And tonight our spotlight is on the Ayrshire Pelly. Jerry, tomorrow he could take over. Well, not could. He's going to take over another Ayrshire man, our Bobby from my hometown of Saltcoats. He's going to break his record, mate, as the most decorated player in Celtic's history. Just, as Helen said in the comments, they're a very underrated player with Celtic fans. But what an achievement, what a record, and so humble as well, as Andy said.
Aye, but listen, I think with one of the players you'll know, you take him for granted, you'll not actually realise how good he was to actually he's not here anymore. I think he's one of the players. Listen, made his debut in 2009, won 25 major trophies. You say he's taking me another massive Ayrshire man. Legend and Bobby Lennox. And listen, Forrest, probably 10, 20 years we talked about his legend as well, Scott, for me. Because he's been there for the youth football. He's been going up and down for press week this is what you talk about. What happens? It's not just about being a good football player. You need to be dedicated, the full family. You need to be dedicated, get him up and down to training, making sure he doesn't miss it. And he's put everything in. You need work. You need to be dedicated. You need everything. So it's not just a. Boys a massive career. You know what I mean? Over 500 games for Celtic. We're just desperate to pull that tap on once. And he's probably this tap on 500 over 500 times, over 100 goals for Celtic. So Forrest, in his right mind, up there with the legends, years to come, I think. I mean, fair play, because at one point we were talking he was actually, I don't know if you know, he was going to maybe be a tennis player. He was that good at tennis, squad. So he was. He was brilliant at press week tennis. They wanted him to go to full-time training. But
Do you know the weird thing is, Jerry? His ma's called Annette.
So, I mean, listen, it's not about James Forrest as well. The family's got to take full credit and offer this, because everybody's got to be dedicated, Scott. There's got to be people making it up there, working hard and getting up after trainings. Everybody's all put into this. It's not just that it all pays off. As soon as it pays off, it's well worth it. Well worth it. I mean, there's his brother, and all plays with Hearts as well. And another thing is his sister plays with Glasgow City. So, the whole family's all fit with daft, and they're all good players. So, listen, I just think he'll not be appreciated. He's not here anymore, and he deserves everything against me, man. So he does, Scott. He's a great career. I think that's the only he's got 15 seasons or 15 players or something like that. That's unbelievable, you know what I mean? To say, but well done to him. We hope he gets on tomorrow. So we just hope he actually starts tomorrow, because he's got the jersey and new, Scott. So the same team deserves to keep the jersey tomorrow, so they do. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Aye, and Andy, he has got the jersey, and it's credit to him, because he's been out injured for most of the season, and he's, you know, at his age as well, he's got himself back fit. And Kuhn was probably up there with Maeda, as we all know, as our player of the year up to a certain point, probably up to the Bayern Munich game, as we've probably mentioned a few times as well. But James's came back, mate, and he's gave us a lift towards the end of the season again with his performances, and he's grabbed that jersey off Nicholas Kuhn, hasn't he? He's
looked very lively in the games that he's come in. But I think it's Nicholas Kuhn should be ashamed of himself. That a man who's been out most of the season has come in and just took his jersey just like that. And it shows you how bad he's been. Unreliable. Bottom hot and cold. I think you know what you get with Jamesy. But unfortunate for Yang picking up the injury, because I thought he was coming onto a game and you know, could have done a job, which might have looked different for Jamesy. I don't know. I think Jamesy would still get appearance of some sort. Maybe not as many starts that he's going to get, obviously due to Yang's injury. But I think Kuhn should be ashamed of himself. And listen, Jamesy's a quality player, and I think he deserves his chance to come in, and especially at the end of the season, you know, and maybe steal the glory a wee bit. But he's got a few things to aim for. He's got targets towards the end of the season. Good to see him back playing and looking very lively. But again, Kuhn, that the fact that Forrest can come in, as I said, if he'd been out most of the season and just take his jersey just like that, just shows you how bad Kuhn is.
Aye, and Michelle, you know, you're very close to Prestwick as well. It's good to see an Ayrshire boy being the most decorated player at Celtic. And I noticed something as well in the comments. Wouldn't it just be fitting if he managed to get his goal tomorrow to win us the league? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I kind of hope that happens. For the past couple of weeks, my dad's put on a bet every single time that James Forrest either scores the first goal. So we'll be doing that again tomorrow. I didn't actually know about the tennis thing till Jerry said. So clearly he's obviously good with the ball work, without sounding dodgy there. But it seems to be that I knew he would start laughing at that. I didn't realise just how many players are actually from down in Ayrshire that played for Celtic, actually, which is quite unbelievable. So it just goes to show we've got some talent. But
that's about the only talent that's coming to Ayrshire, let's be honest.
Whoa. You're outnumbered here.
I was going to say, Jesus. My God. I definitely do think he's underappreciated, like you've all said. The likes of kind of Scott Brown, who everybody always talks about, James Forrest has had well over 500 appearances and scored over 108 goals, and it's barely really ever mentioned, but you'll hear about Scott Brown and all his talents and stuff like that. I'm sure I read it the other day that what a statue of James Forrest. I think that might be a wee bit too much, but I generally do hope he gets the winning goal tomorrow in is it his 16th year?
Yeah.
15th or 16th season, aye.
So yeah, no, I definitely hope he is the star of the show tomorrow. Hopefully they'll let him, because you know that way. I think I noticed when we were playing last week, you could see he was desperate to score a goal, but who was it? So one of the players was kind of holding the back, and he kept on screaming for the ball, and when he passed to him. So I hope tomorrow, if they see that, they just keep on passing him the ball regardless.
Yeah, and as your James said, 5 trebles. Nobody in the world can say that apart from him.
That is crazy for one player, and it really, when you think about it, it's
Madness.
just mental stats.
It's madness, man. I don't think. Listen, Andy. Sorry, Michelle. Andy, I don't think any Celtic player will beat James Forrest now. The way times are moving.
Aye,
I might be wrong. I'll probably not be here maybe then, but I can't see him to beat James Forrest.
No, the thing is, Jerry, you're very unlikely to get a player that's going to spend his full career at a club again. You know, there's not much chance that's going to happen. So you're not going to, even if you're the most successful team in the world, as we are, really, when you think about it, that title. Then you'd need to spend a lot of time at that club to actually win that. So, I think it'd be very difficult to beat that. Very difficult. Incidentally, talking about tennis, Paddy McCourt was going to be a tennis player as well.
I think he's got the fitness levels to play fucking a set of tennis, do you?
You're a racket, Andy. You're a racket.
Oh my! That's oh my god.
It's love,
right, so I've got some slides on our James anyway. So James Forrest is poised to become the most decorated player in Celtic's history this weekend, with the long-serving winger set to move on to 26 major honours. Should the Hoops avoid defeat at Tannadice and secure their 4th consecutive Scottish Premier League title. The 33-year-old will surpass club legend Bobby Lennox if Brendan Rodgers' side get over the line against Dundee United on Saturday, capping off a remarkable period of success in which Forrest has played a key role across 3 different managerial reigns. Speaking ahead of the potential title-clinching fixture, Rodgers paid tribute to Forrest's enduring contribution both on and off the pitch. It's incredible, the Celtic boss said to Sky Sports. I think anyone who's been at this club and understands Celtic as a club, they know the pressures that's here. They know the expectations that's here, especially in the position that he plays. Many wingers can come and go at huge clubs. I think it says everything, not just about his ability, but about his professionalism. As I've worked with him in 2016, he's been absolutely first class, whether he's played or whether he's come off the bench. He started, obviously, many games, but such a huge contribution by James over this real golden period that we've had. And it would be absolutely fitting for him if we can get the next trophy and he can become, as I said, the leader of those accolades. Forrest's career at Celtic has been marked by a remarkable haul of domestic silverware, and the opportunity to stand alone as the club's most decorated player reflects his dedication and quality throughout a trophy-laden era. And finally, he could be set to add a 6th treble in his Celtic career too. The Hoops are a cup final away from securing yet another clean sweep. After defeating St Johnstone in the Scottish Cup semi-final at the weekend, Aberdeen lie in wait for the Hoops at the end of May, a side that almost caused Brendan Rodgers some bother in last year's successful cup run. So one of the things in there, Jerry, as well, you've got to see not only is Brendan Rodgers batting off managers, but James Forrest batting off wingers, mate. There's been some impressive wingers at Celtic over these years, and that just shows you the sort of standard that he's had to keep for all these years as well.
Aye. Well, he's been up, no, I mean, he's just saving up against a few wingers, but here and all, he's in early. He's in early, he's out late, Scott, up at Lennoxtown. I think he's coming up, was it 34 this summer? I think, now somebody knows that, 33, 34. he's in early doors, mate. He's well respected. I think he's in there, he stretches for like an hour before the training. I think he stretches after the training. Keep the flexibility going at his age, mate. I think Ryan Giggs did the same and all when he was starting to come to the end of his career. And I think it could have paid off for him. I think when it comes to as you get older, Scott, that doesn't leave you, but I think the flexibility and the body leaves you. So I think he's doing all that. So he's keeping his career going. By the way, I think he was called upon with Ange and that as well, wasn't he? He was out the kind of team with Ange. Then Ange pulled him in. And the wee man, I think the wee man done brilliant again the last 10 games. So he's never let Celtic down. Nearly hasn't he? Never let Celtic down. And it's just good to see him. He's got the shirt back. And listen, hopefully he keeps it now to the next 4 weeks. Sees at the end of the season. Because it'd be great for him to get a strip in the final. I'm not going to say he'll not be here next year, but I'm just saying it'd be great for him to finish that way if it was to, Scott. Because is that what, six trebles in 9 years? Is that 6 trebles in 9 years? Listen, don't listen to what MD says. That is fucking magnificent. Know what I mean? Listen, that's one thing in life. We can't stop folk thinking or saying what they think about the wacky talk, but it's fucking nonsense. Nonsense. Who'd you rather be, second, third, fourth, or treble after treble? I know we keep saying the 90s and 90s, and understand the youngins calling us all Celtic dads and that. But listen, the 90s was hard. I mean, it was hard. So now you don't take this for granted. Keep the trebles coming, because I'll tell you now, I'm not getting sick of it. The players are not getting sick of it. So keep them fucking coming, mate. Keep them coming.
Aye, and you know, Jerry's right there, Andy. It's a golden era for the club. Brendan said it in his press conference today. You know, you had the 60s and the 70s, the 80s were a bit, the 90s were terrible. So, I mean, we had all that success in the 60s, and then there was a bit of a wane off after that, especially the 90s, as Jerry said. But we're going through such a fantastic era, Mora, at this point in time. Do you know what I think would be a good thing for Forrest as well, though? Maybe give him the captain's armband if we win the league, the Mora, for the next home game. What do you think of that, Andy?
Aye, it'd be a good idea. I think he thoroughly deserves it. It'd be a good thing to see. I think he'd really appreciate that as well. As much as he shuns the limelight, I think a personal accolade, it'd be good. It'd be good to see. He's a very just an ordinary guy. You never hear anything bad about. The only bad thing I've heard, and I don't even know if it's true, is about him standing on a nightclub table down the helicopter with his willy. Now that might be absolutely fabricated, but big deal. You know what I mean? Is that it? You know, it's like in a taxi. It's nothing. It's nothing. We've all done a helicopter, haven't we? So it's not something. Other than that, you don't really hear anything about him. You don't know anything about him, his personal life at all. You could say the same with Callum, I know. I wouldn't be able to tell you if he's got wings or if he has got wings, how many wings he's got. Is it boys or lads? Nothing. I don't know nothing.
I've searched everywhere for information on Callum McGregor, everything, and I can find stuff out nothing.
He's actually just got a new girlfriend, I think, that's the wee man. I think he just does his own thing, just plods away.
Aye.
Imagine he might be injured tomorrow, Andy, with tennis elbow.
Aye, maybe.
Michelle, another thing, apart from giving him the captain's armband, it would be nice as well if at the end of the season we see him and Calmac getting up for both the trophies as well, wouldn't it? I think that'd be a nice touch as well for him.
Definitely. Also think another nice touch would be if he signs a new contract. I know he's here till, is it next year, but just something to give us that kind of feeling and hope that he's going to be here for so much longer. I've got no doubt that he's not going to sign, but I just want something solid paper to say that he's going to be here for at least another 4 years. So captain's armband, going up for the trophy and sign a new contract. Treble. Let's have that.
Jesus, Michelle, you're not asking for much, are you?
Well, I'm still waiting on Greg Taylor's contract coming out.
That's signed already. Don't worry.
What contract are you? He's not signed a contract. Who tell you that? Honestly, you need to watch what you're doing. Like, don't just take about stuff and all that. You really need to know what you're talking about. I certainly wouldn't do that.
This ball bag because he's talking shit.
I wouldn't be putting it out unless it's facts. That's why I wait till Celtic come out and then retweet Celtic's actual tweet. I wouldn't go and make stuff up.
Taylor was fine. Tried that Spanish malt there, the other malt for the kit, the veins. The new vein now, they're not changing that malt now, you know what I mean?
What did Jerry say that I shook off?
No, a wee Taylor, he'll stay in Scotland now. The wife will make him stay in Scotland. The kid and that.
All right, cool.
Can you watch that?
Also, James is the same age as me, so if he's single and wants a date, I'm available. Hi.
There you go.
Make your treble even better. I'll make it quadruple. What?
Right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. As you'll probably
Welcome to
know,
Tinder. Welcome to Tinder.
welcome to Tinder. Get on there, plenty on there.
Cinder.
So, as most of you will know or not know, the host of this show is an internationally acclaimed author, and my books are behind me, available on Amazon. So, I decided to give the panel a wee English lesson this evening. You've probably heard it in the press for the past sort of week or so. So, the word of the day today, ladies and gentlemen, is tedious. Tedious, what does it mean? It's boring, dreary, monotonous, etc. The word tedious encapsulates the feeling of boredom or monotony in tasks, signifying something that is tiresome, long-winded, or repetitive. Now, it's been put in the press that Celtic winning all these leagues and winning all these trebles, so on and so forth, as Jerry alluded to earlier, is getting a bit boring for some people, but it's not getting boring for us. So we had a wee chat about it the day with our Brendan. So Brendan has dismissed recent claims that Celtic's dominance has become tedious, insisting such comments show a lack of understanding about the relentless work behind the club's sustained success. An article this week branded Celtic's latest title charge as boring, but Rodgers was quick to defend the effort and mentality that has brought the club to the brink of its 55th league title. Celtic can wrap up their 13th championship in 14 seasons and fourth in a row if they avoid defeat against Dundee United at Tannadice on Saturday. Rodgers, who has already secured 3 league titles in his 2 spells as manager, underlined the focus and drive that fuels the team's consistency at the top of Scottish football. I can't see the tap of that, but we'll give it a go anyway. So the Celtic winner, people don't actually understand what goes into being that and consistency to win, basically. From the outside looking in, it can maybe feel like that. The work that goes on here, both on and off the park at Celtic Football Club, from so many people from the very top. Dermot Desmond, who has experience, knowledge and influence to manage everything and see it from a second position as such, and his intellect and what he brings from the very top is so important. You get that right throughout the club. That then moves to me in terms of looking after the performance. From that, you know your responsibility as a manager here. You have to drive your players to deal with the expectations of supporters, which we cherish, because that all pushes you to be the best that you can. To live with all of that and deal with all of that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that is a challenge. For the players to come through that challenge and be successful with it and what you would want from your club. So on top of that, you've got to do it consistently. And the consistency is there. It's not an easy thing, this job, managing this club and players to play for this club. It really isn't easy. And that is why I tip my hat when I'm here, as I see how hard the guys work to get those rewards. And that makes me very pleased. Some sections of the media, as Andy said, love to deflect and downplay Celtic success. It happens every single year. And finally, when they call Celtic winning a treble tedious, it's not an actual opinion that they fully believe in. It's just something that they write down and gaslight themselves into believing. Almost a coping mechanism. With the league within touching distance, Rodgers and his players are once again silencing the doubters the best way they know how, by winning. Simple as that. Celtic will then come back next season and set out to defend the trophies they win this year, which will hopefully be a treble. Jerry, this tedious pish that people are coming away with, it might be tedious for them because they're no Celtic fans, but it's no tedious for us, as you said. It's just magic, mate, isn't it, being a Celtic fan?
It's brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Again, no, it's the best time to be a Celtic supporter. It's always great. This is brilliant, mate. Every week, trophy after trophy. Don't get me wrong, you're skint. Know what I mean? Because you're out there every weekend. Hey, it's great to be skint, doing it this way. Tell you what, I said before, folk can say what they want. Rodgers, it's a bit about the other leagues. Athletic Juventus and a little bit Bayern Munich and all that. So if they go winning title after titles, in Portugal, it's only a chance of two teams, one or there. It's the same thing all the time, Scott. Listen, you can best team wins the league. Simple as that, right? Now let's look at the cup games. 20 Scottish, that's just a Scottish Cup. 20 Scottish Cup games, no defeats. That's no. Listen, you can see what happens in a one-half game. See the other side happens at Queen's Park. So in Scottish Cup games, it's not just you need to ascend and half with those games. So listen, Celtic deserve everything they've been getting because of the best team. It's not about money and buying the best players are good. You need players to knit together. That's what Rodgers brings in the right type of player. Not going out and signing the MD and every we bring a player in that suits the changing room and keeps everything going. Take more. It's not even a good team, you've got a good changing room as well, Scott. So you do. Look at Rodgers. Rodgers is a good one. Liverpool then Balotelli comes in. Then it just went to fuck. So for me, folk can say what they think here. I'm not caring what they say because fucking see after Saturday night, Celtic win, caring what these folks say. Sunday, papers, take the wings to the trophy room, the tour. Says it there, there's a trophy there. The black and white history, years to come. Nobody will be caring about this word. I don't know if I can say the word, to be fair. But nobody will be caring. See years to come. Trophy after trophy, that's all you see. Black and white, mate, history. So, you can all say what they like, mate.
Aye, yeah, and Andy, it's something that Celtic have always done since Martin O'Neill came in, is we've done our talking on the park. You know, all this nonsense, you know, in the media that gets flung out there, they can say what they want, you know, tedious this, tedious that, whatever it is. As I said, mate, it's just magic being a Celtic fan, and they hate every single moment of our glory. It's killing them, mate.
They've always been like that. So nothing changes. Obviously, a very successful time for the club. So anybody that gets bored with winning shouldn't be interested or even be watching football. Absolute nonsense. Just what I touched on with the journalists, lazy journalism, just try to get clickbait with putting out stupid comments, and it's worked. I think that came for the Mail, as far as I'm aware, and even Robbie Fowler commented on it, saying that you know, I'd love to win a treble every year, kind of thing. You know, so their aspect of success being journalists compared to how hard it is as a football player, not only to make it as a professional, but to get to a club and be successful at that club and be continuously successful. And this isn't under one manager, this is under a few managers. But what you'll notice is there's been a spine through that team in Celtic of winners, consistent winners, gone for kind of Bruni, and you've got Lenny there, you've got Larson, you've got Sutton, leading all the way up to this time with Calmack and James Forrest, and a spine of a team, and with a bit of experience as well, that are just absolutely addicted to winning. So, you know, look at the record that Calmack's got as well. It's pretty unbelievable. He's never, ever lost a game at Hampden, isn't he? No?
Aye.
Which is
crazy. Absolutely crazy numbers. Nobody should ever get bored of winning. It's not as if we are like a Real Madrid or something like that. All right, but financially there's a big gulf, right? But you still need to do the business on the park. We still need to play and perform against these teams. It's up to these teams that we play against to up their level. So we'll wait and see what happens with that mob across and Govan, and if this takeover happens and whether it's going to ease a bit of competition. Hopefully it does. Hopefully we do get a bit of competition, because then we raise your game even more.
You raise us?
Yes.
See,
and I know people are going on about, sorry Jerry, I know people are going on about you know, but Rangers have won a title and split that up and stopped to 10, but what have they done after that? You know, they didn't continue to challenge us in the league. That was just one of the weird seasons, the whole COVID thing and all that. They've then regressed, actually, when you think about it, from that time, they've regressed. How many managers have they had since they re-emerged again? I've actually lost count, so they're all over the place. Our managers have come in and been very successful. Don't get me wrong, I think we were lucky with Ange because the target we went for ended up shot the bed because they couldn't bring his coaching team with him, so he thought that he couldn't do the job himself. So you've got to hold your hands up and say to Ange, this is a man that's come in out the absolute blue. Nobody knew who he was. Came in himself and totally transformed the club to continue that success for Celtic as well. So, credit to the managers that are coming in and doing a job, but also the players that are here and always have been here. It's that backbone of the team. The players I just mentioned there, we always seem to have that. Born winners. I've done that intro and at the end of it, it's born winners, which is exactly what we are. Tedious. The only thing I would say is tedious is maybe a couple of games this season. It's been tedious, right? The way we play. But winning, no chance. Give me it every single year.
Every year. Never get bored at me. A great point here, Michelle, from Ryan T. The rest should be looking up to us and not try to drag us down to the level. This is how you run a club successfully. Now, you're a wee bit younger than the other three gentlemen that are on this panel here. So all you've seen, really, is success. Has that been tedious for you, watching Celtic win all the time?
Not at all. I don't get, who wants to spend thousands of pounds a year going to hundreds of matches every season to watch their team lose? I don't ever go to a game thinking, I hope we lose today so it's interesting because another team will win. I just don't get it at all. I would win all the time. I've been lucky enough since I've actually went. I've never been to a game where Celtic have lost, touch wood, so I've still to go to my first lost game. It'd just be horrible to even come on this podcast discussing that we've lost, which I've still no have to do yet either. So I just don't get it. These people saying tedious. It's not tedious, they're just jealous as fuck. That's it. They're just covering the word up saying tedious because they're bored, but deep down they're actually just jealous that they don't have our success. So I just don't get it. As Andy said, I would love to have a wee bit of more fight and kind of back and forth, more goals scored by our team, but it's not our fault that they're shit. To put it politely, we're just much better and higher quality. And is this whole Celtic have got more money to spend? Yeah, we do, but we built up because we're a good team. If we were shit, we would be in the same position as them. So it's just bore off, basically. Bore off.
Aye, bang on. Neil Simpson there, can I get a big shout out, boys and girls? My sister has cancer. She only has 18 months or so to live. And she'll be attending and running a half marathon in Manchester in a week. Hail, lads. Appreciate it. Neil, we wish your sister all the best. Terrible news that, mate. Absolutely terrible. But she's still going to run a marathon and things like that, mate. God bless her, and we wish her all the best and your family all the best as well, sir. Devastating that to read. Devastating. Andy has got a new segment for us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to mix it up for you as much as we can. So Andy's going to explain what his new segment is all about. It's called Celtic Quotes.
Aye, so it's basically quotes that have been said about Celtic, and I want you to tell me who said it, who is responsible for the quote. So I've got 5 here. No as obvious as what you think, I would say. So that's why when Michelle was asking about her stuff in the chat, I says, do your research, have a look through stuff, and things will stick in the back of your mind.
And as I said, how am I supposed to research without a wee bit of information?
Type in Celtic quotes and they'll all come up and try and remember them.
Going to keep you on your toes, Michelle.
Aye.
You always feel my toes, Jerry.
Right, okay. So here is quote number 1. I need to know who said it.
Oof. I'll take a quote. I'll take a wee guess at that one.
You don't play for Celtic, you live for Celtic. Right, Michelle.
Not
Here
a
we go.
clue. I've
You
got
don't
no
even want. You don't even want to take a guess.
I don't love Celtic. So it sounds like a manager. I'm gonna say
Think of the
Jock
hound.
Jockstein.
Jockstein. Okay,
Hoopy.
Jerry.
Very
Hoopy.
Jock.
Tommy Burns, mate.
Tommy Burns.
Go with Tommy Burns.
Scotty.
Same, mate. Went for
Tommy
Tam.
Burns. You are correct. It was Tommy Burns. Well done. Unlucky, Michelle. Here is quote number 2.
Right.
These Celtic fans are bloody marvellous people.
Can I just ask a question, Andy?
Yes.
Is it all Celtic men that have said this, or can it be
No.
outside?
No, it could be people just talking about Celtic, outsiders talking about Celtic. You might find that. So,
See you, Andy.
So it could be you the other week.
eh?
So it could have been you the other week.
Aye. What I would say is,
I don't use Andy.
if you need a wee clue, I'll give you a clue if needed, right? But let's have another look at the quote here. These Celtic fans are bloody marvellous people.
Bloody marvellous.
Can give you a clue if you want a clue.
Yes, please.
Might need one,
No.
mate. Aye.
Ah.
You don't need one, no? You're quite confident.
Right.
Okay, here's a clue. Former England manager.
Oh, I went for somebody else. Former England manager.
Yeah, there goes Rod Stewart. Scott's put me off saying it's Celtic, didn't it? You put me off.
Right, okay. Let's start for you. With you then, Jerry. Who do you think it is?
I'm going to go with Terry Venables, mate.
Terry Venables. Oh. Scotty.
I'm going to go for Bobby Robson.
I went for him as well. Can I change
Bobby
it?
Robson. Michelle, who have you got? Well,
I went for Sven-Goran Eriksson.
it was Bobby Robson.
Yeah.
Yes,
See
but
that?
also Sven is a good guess because he's got a couple of quotes about Celtic as well. Actually, that
Aye.
aren't included in this.
Have you seen the Bobby Robson documentary? See the teams he managed. Barcelona, Portugal.
Sporting Lisbon, aye. Was it Sporting Lisbon? I think it's Sporting Lisbon.
Lisbon, aye.
Aye.
Mourinho was his assistant, wasn't he?
Ipswich UEFA
Aye,
Cup.
aye.
Mourinho was his assistant, mate.
Aye, that's right, mate. Aye. As a Barcelona and what a manager. What a documentary.
Okay, so what have we got here? Scotty's got 2 right so far. Jerry's got 1, and Michelle has 0. Here is quote number 3. Who said it? Celtic Park is the noisiest ground in the world. Celtic Park is the noisiest ground in the
I
world.
think I know that, mate.
This will surprise you, by the way. That'll. I don't want to give too much of a clue, but you'll be very, very surprised by who that quote is came from.
I think I remember the interview, mate. From
So who do you think said that, Michelle?
I'm stuck between 2.
Ah.
Stuck between Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for Messi.
Messi. Scotty.
I've went for Rio Ferdinand. I believe he said it when he was talking about Paul McStay and said to Dan Fletcher or something, you know, they were, when the Champions League music come on, they couldn't believe it. He's never heard anything like it.
I'm the same.
Aye.
Scott.
You're the same.
Rio Ferdinand for me.
Okay. The person that said that quote, which is this one, Celtic Park is the noisiest ground in the world, was Hugh Dallas. Yes.
That's
Shoot,
you,
Alice.
Is
Sorry,
that Clifford or Bruno?
Shoot,
Senior or
Alice.
junior?
I think
see the thing is, Scott, Rio Ferdinand stood in that Higby with Gary Neville, and Gary Neville turns and says it's Rangers, and stood in the same, innit?
aye.
I think it's just a fucking, you know, the Ferdinand's seen nothing like it, you know.
Aye, his
No.
heroes Paul McStay as well, which is great to
Yes.
hear.
I know it's brilliant, that, innit? Brilliant.
Right, none of you's got that right, so yous are shite. Here is quote number 4. Who said it? Celtic fans are some of the greatest supporters I know.
Oof.
Celtic fans are some of the greatest supporters I know. Again, I will give you a clue if needed.
Yes.
Need a clue, mate, aye.
He is Dutch.
Right. He is Dutch,
I think I used to jump about with his trainers.
He is Dutch.
He is
Yes.
Dutch.
I got a pair of his trainers, Andy.
Let's say I can give you another clue if needed. All right.
I'll go with that.
Dutch is enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's quite a few Dutch people to choose for, isn't there? I can give you a clue if you want. If not,
No.
we'll just move on. That's fine.
Well, I've got his trainers. I'm confident.
Okay. We'll soon find out, won't we, Jerry?
I even
Scott,
stick them on the night for the dancing.
aye. Scotty, who have you got?
Hopefully he's putting on Wim Janssen trainers then.
Okay.
I'm
Jerry.
going for Cruyff.
Cruyff.
I think he was the obvious one, aye, but that's what I didn't know.
Michelle.
I didn't have a clue. I went for Virgin van Dijk.
Thought you were going to say
Good
King Billy.
Yeah.
None of you's got that right. It was Clarence Seedorf.
But Seedorf is the one.
Was
Yes.
it?
Clarence
Jesus.
Seedorf. Yes.
Okay.
Unlucky. It's not an easy game, right enough, isn't it? No, it's
Oh, this is nails, mate. It's good.
Yeah.
I wish I had research
Oh,
now.
well, I did say to you,
I've been ill all week.
I feel
prepare to fail.
No,
Um, Here is quote number 5. Every club wants to play Celtic and for the right reasons. Every
Jesus.
club wants to play Celtic and for the right reasons.
Fucking hell, Andy, this is bloody nails, mate.
Can give you a clue if needed.
Aye.
He's got a name very similar. In fact, aye, very similar to one of the panel members.
as in the same or rhymes.
I know
The
it
same.
is.
Okay. Jerry, what's your second name again?
Yeah.
What's your second
Oh.
name?
Baldwin. That's a cracker, Andy, man. I feel as if I'm back at COVID again playing a family quiz.
Can I say it again, Andy? Can you say the
Yes.
quote again, please, mate? Sorry.
Of course you can. Every club wants to play for Celtic.
Is that
And
exact?
I have
for
got,
the
I've got-
right reasons.
let's go, I've got mine. Ready?
Right, Jerry,
just-
who you got, mate?
I'm going to go for John Terry. Terry Jerry. Was that? It was Paddy Baddy.
Scotty?
Right, I never changed I picked this before the clue. I'm just going to stick with it. George Galloway.
Okay. Michelle, who have you got?
I went for Mark Reed.
Mark Reed. That quote came from Michel Platini.
Oh,
Oh,
come
man.
on!
Wow, yeah, man.
I went for the first. See, my first name went for my second name.
Fuck,
Aye.
yeah, man.
So Michelle, you get hee-haw. Jerry, you get 1. And Scotty, you get 2. So you're the winner, mate, by getting 2 right. Well done.
Well done.
Apologies, that was a wee bit hard, but it's hard to gauge it when you first start doing it. But
I think we should. I think for the next time, Andy, we get 1 clue at least, because that was bloody nails, man. Absolutely nails.
Aye. Yeah.
But it was brilliant. Anyway, mate, thank you.
Brilliant.
That's Andy's new segment, Celtic Quotes. Dearie me, man. That was absolute nails. So, next up is our Michelle making her debut with the segments, and it is...
Who's that player?
Now, we had a wee go at this on Wednesday night, Michelle, so we did, and it was outstanding. You were supposed to make your debut on Wednesday, but you were still dying in bed. But we had a go at it on Wednesday, and you've got 6 more for us this evening, I believe.
Yes, and I hope that Andy fails miserably.
aye. Well, I'm the one just showing them on the screen, but I haven't got a clue, so it's just
I'm
going to
not
be a
the
guessing
case.
game
This
for me.
will just carry on, know what I mean? So, I'll be honest. I usually just go at the folk. The phone.
The worst emoji is that I hate a
That's
thumbs
all
up.
I do.
Right,
Go for
so are we ready for the first one?
Yes,
Yep.
let's go.
Okay. Something.
Anybody close?
I'm absolutely stumped with this one.
Right, so think of what the dog or the person's doing to the dog in the first.
Aye, I know. Wait,
Right, I've got that
I
part.
was just helping Andy. I know he was being getting us close. I'd be nice.
It's the middle ones I'm struggling with. I know.
I fucking see them. That's how.
That's Steve Tyler in it, out of fucking thing, mate, at the end there. Aerosmith.
So the third one is another name for like a female.
Bitch.
Wow.
Is that right? Bitch.
And these are ex-Celtic players, aye?
Yes, they are
Pat,
so.
Pat Butcher. Pat Butcher.
Don't make me
Stroke.
laugh.
That's what I'm thinking, I know.
Stroke. Talk.
Yeah.
Bitch. Share.
Right.
Partner.
I'll give you. Do you need another clue?
Rodgers.
No,
They're
that's-
Irish.
Oh, I've got it.
Ah,
it's what?
I've got it.
Still can't get it.
Right,
Right.
you've had enough time. Jesus. Right, Jerry, I'll come to you first.
I'll get Pat Boner.
Wrong. Move on. Andy.
I've got Pat something share.
No.
Do you believe in love?
Haven't
just
got a
went for
clue.
Paddy McCourt because he's only our Pat Akinenge.
Maybe the
No,
Polish
you're
guy.
so wrong.
Maybe
Put
the
it back
Polish
to the
guy.
screen, Andy.
Keeler. No, man. Striker. He's American now.
Nope.
Who is it?
The Polish
is
guy. Sorry.
Patsy Gallagher.
Oh,
I swear to God, man.
Pat,
that's a Gallagher, man.
say Gal for another female and share Gallagher the way spells.
Crikey,
Patsy
no.
Gallagher.
I was at school with him.
Thanks, Michelle.
Don't try to make them harder this week. Or this date, so.
I was at
Okay,
school with him,
number-
Michelle.
Did you? He's did a long time ago. You're looking good for your age. Next one.
That's hard, man. Andy.
Is that a flute?
It might be a flute. It might not be a flute.
I can't even
That's
fucking
it.
see.
That's a game. See what Stephen Mulhern says. See what you see. Or say what you see, whatever that is.
I can't see the screen now. I need to look at my telly.
Is that Andy
Flute-
Cameron?
Specky Flute Curry lead.
Is that Andy Cameron, Michelle?
Is that who? Nope.
Andy
Is that a
Cameron?
curry? Is that a curry? What is that?
It's a type of curry.
Corner.
Leash,
What's that guy then?
Douglas, Kenny. What?
Cheers, Andy.
It can't
Andy,
be
you're not
Kenny.
supposed to speak out loud.
It can't be that. Right, explain to me how that's fucking Kenny Douglas. How is it? How can it possibly be? Is this just a random guy called Kenny?
That is the first person is Ken Bruce for the radio.
Andy.
Who the fuck am I
Get
meant to
away.
know that?
Who does they Ken Bruce?
Me?
Let
Ken for Coronation Street on or something?
me,
Or
let me see.
fucking Ken, Barbie's boyfriend, I'd know him.
Oh my God.
Ken-
That's what I
You
can
put a
say.
picture of a guy who's on the fucking radio. Chances you go.
Everybody knows who Ken Bruce is.
Jesus Christ, man.
Standard,
The
man.
first person is Ken Bruce. The second is an Australian instrument, which is a dowel. Kenny Dowell. Then it's a dowel curry, and it's a leash. Kenny Dalglish. No, my fault. Kenny Dalglish. Who have you got, Jerry?
I've got
Yes.
I've got zero, man. This is a podcast. This is the university challenge, Michelle.
Who said you're going to study?
I'm no Oxford, and that's Higme up the other side.
I'm
Oxford.
Cambridge.
I'm Gerald, and I'm from Oxford. That's hard. Brilliant. It's brilliant to see it. It's
Aye.
mental.
But aye, very.
It's absolutely brilliant when you see it. See when you find out what it is. It's brilliant. But
Aye. I get he horror, by the way. So
Round 3.
yeah, okay.
God's man.
I thought it was Andy Cameron.
Right, here we go.
Off it close, Jerry. Off it close.
Right. Yo-yo, Johan.
Aye! Fuck
Yeah,
yes!
Jerry,
Oh, yes!
Tango.
Yes!
You stop
Jerry,
helping me.
you just keep talking it loud, mate.
I swear to God, you're
Oh,
bad.
Belter!
And I'm not going to lie, right? The chat is getting them instantly, so you can't blame me for making these hard. You're just being stupid.
Hey, leave me out of this. I get mine right.
Fair dues.
Go
Everybody
tell
got
me
it?
something. What's on that plate, though? Why is that? How do you know just put food on it instead of olive heart? Because it's really confusing.
Make it too easy.
Oh,
Too easy.
man. This is brilliant seeing you
Jesus
struggle with this one.
Oh.
Andy, who do you have? We'll come to you first.
I have Big Dolph yourself, Johan Mialbe.
Yay!
And I got that all by myself. Nobody else
you
helped
did.
me.
Listen, I'll be honest. I get the
What?
Amazon guy to help me there.
Who have you got, Scott? Oh,
Johan Malbe.
when did your name become Scott?
Mialbe as well,
sorry.
mate.
You just copied me there, Jerry. You're out of order.
Oh, dear Lord. Right, so everybody got that correct. Well done in getting your first point, guys.
Aye,
Well,
thank
no
I'm
you.
Scott.
getting better at this, Andy.
Right, number 4. Stop speaking out loud.
Oh, sorry. Mida.
Orange something.
Mida.
Orange.
That's a cracker. Well done. Brilliant.
Is that an orange that's
Oh,
in
I've got it,
lightning
I've
or
got it,
something? What
I've
is that?
Look at the emotion of that face.
Got it.
An angry hun.
Now
Angry
you get
hun.
5 seconds.
Right.
Right, back to the board, or back to CUs, I suppose. Right, Andy, I'll come to you first.
Nope.
Jerry,
No, Andrew.
I went to Andy. He says no, I never got it, so I'm coming to you.
Nope.
No, Jerry, are you there?
You is, Jerry.
I can tell you now, and Mida. Diogo.
Diogo Furuhashi, well
Diogo
done.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Kyogo Furuhashi it is.
Well done. It is Ki O Go Fury Hash Hey.
Ah,
Fury,
fuck.
actually.
Brilliant. By the
You
way.
put Tyson Fury.
It was that
That's-
orange thing. It was putting me off.
It was
That's
angry
class,
face,
by the
like
way.
my face is right now because you can't get the simplest one of the lot.
My face is angry now because fucking I can't get it right.
Your face is the same colour as emoji with all your sunbeds.
I've never been on a sunbed in my life. This is just natural
got the
Glaswegian colour.
Right,
That's the
number
fifth one, is it?
5.
Who's that there?
Right, you need to be some kind of fucking wizard to work this out.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh.
You, Harry Potter.
Elvis Couch. Neil.
Neil way about
You're being
Lennon.
answered.
What? Neil Crouch? No, fucking. Will Abad? No.
I've got it.
What's Callum McGregor doing at the end? Right, Mick Gregor. McCallum. Right. So who's the first one? If its second name's McCallum. Neil.
Len. Can't be Len.
Well, it can't be that. The second name's McCallum. So who the fuck's McCallum?
Would you like a clue?
Please, is it a picture or is it you telling us?
The clue is this person scored the very first goal for Celtic ever.
Oh, right, on home. No. Aye. I've got
Right, okay.
it. Yes.
We'll come to you, Jerry.
Neil McCallum.
Andy.
Right. That's the first person ever scored for Celtic. I was
Nearly.
in the team that- I was in
Nearly.
the team that day, Michelle.
Yes.
Nearly. It's nearly McCallum.
Aye. So the first guy's kneeling, the second guy's laying. Neil Lay McCallum. Don't you
That's
try
what
pick
That's
away
what I just
my...
fucking. What have I just said? I've just basically said that. If I know,
I thought you were trying to take the piss. I'm sorry. I apologise.
what beginning you the right answer, and you're trying to take it away from me. What fucking chance you go? Where's that fucking rum?
Scott.
No pie.
I only had Neil, pal. I'll be honest. I only had Neil. I was waiting for the rest.
No problem. Thank you for your honesty, unlike some.
Jesus Christ.
I never cheated, Michelle.
I never say it. Was
I cheated beginning the right answer.
I'll tell you, they're class, by the way.
Right, we've got one more.
They're brilliant, man. Carry on. Thank you. Here we go.
Oh, what's his name again?
Hey, that's that guy from Brookside.
Jimmy Cocktail.
Yeah, I shout my granny to ask her who that is.
I can't
Granny.
mind his name. Oh, aye, I've got it now. I've got it. Yes, I've got it.
What's that weird
Jimmy.
name?
Jimmy Cheekin.
I just couldn't mind his name.
Is that
Jimmy?
Somebody chicken masala. No.
Oh, I've got it.
Got it.
That's something Barbie.
Bobo.
Something Barbie. Another Ayrshire geezer.
Bobo Baldy.
Another Ayrshire boy.
Time's up. Your time is up.
Andy's lost it.
Oh God.
Time's up.
Oh, dear me. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, brilliant, man.
Right, I'll figure that out.
Right, Scott, we'll come to you first.
Dearie, this is too much. Roy Aiken.
Jerry.
Feed the bear, Michelle. Big Roy
Andy.
Aiken.
Aye, Big Roy Aiken.
And the answer was Roy Aiken.
Yes, so you've got obviously Roy for Coronation. Is it Roy Cropper? His name is
That's
Aye.
correct.
Coronation Street. You've got an achy face,
Aye,
and
And you've got
and
that
you've
planner.
and you've got Scotty out on the Raz on the at the end there.
That's definitely me.
You
mate.
know what that is that Roy Higney? He's got it in planner, isn't it?
Well, thank you
well,
very
time.
much, Michelle, for just causing riots.
We've got a
Oh,
tie
dear.
between you and Jerry, so I
That's
can't even...
fine. We'll take a draw. And we'll take marriage
I'll be
counselling
honest,
as well.
the Amazon guy helped me. When he was dropping such out at him. I said, look at this for me, pal.
That's it. You've lost the point then. Scott's the winner. He didn't.
Well done.
He admitted
well
cheating
done.
there.
Who's that player?
See, as annoying as that was, it was actually quite funny and enjoyable. So well
Good
done.
enough. See, you actually see at the end there, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
That was brilliant, Michelle. Well done. That was Michelle's debut segment performance, and she nearly caused a riot. So well done. That
I
was.
apologise for shouting at the contestants, but it's hard to put up with them. So
Yes, you need to calm down a wee bit when you're hosting segments.
Aye.
Okay, stop telling
even
people.
Michelle doesn't need to deal with this shit.
You wonder why she's not got a man, eh? Getting him out all that bloody abuse. Jerry is up next. It's our favourite thing on a Friday. It is
It's
time
Jerry's
for.
big fat quiz.
Sorry about not putting all the comments up there, ladies and gentlemen. Michelle hasn't got the power of attorney yet for the old comments yet, so we'll try and get that sorted out, and we'll get the comments up the next time. Jerry, it's over to you, mate. Go for it.
Have they got pen and papers ready, have they?
Yep.
Let's see, where is it again then? Let me go. Here we are, lads. 10 questions as usual. So it is. Here we go. Number 1. Peter has played before in Europe, but who was the team he played for? A. Gil Vicente, B. Rio Ave, or C. Marta Timo? Anyway, I done that. Marta Timo.
Can you say that again?
Ready?
I missed it as well.
Mida has played in Europe before. And who was the team he played for? Gil Vicente, A. B. Rio Ave, or C. Marta Timo?
And this is Adam Ida.
Or my Ida.
Mida. Sorry, Mida.
Oh,
Right. Right, I was the
Sorry,
same, mate.
boys. The wee red wine, so my wee lips are kind of getting together.
But
So,
see, none of them sounded Japanese when I first took the teams.
Can you quickly just rhyme the teams off again, Jerry? Sorry.
Oh, Andy. All night, mate. I've got a night here, mate. Mida has played obviously 3 teams. Gil
Aye.
Vicente, all Portuguese teams, mate. Gil
Right.
Vicente, Rio Ave, or Marta Timo?
Right, okay. So, right. Okay.
And we'll start with Scotty.
I went for C, mate.
Okay, dokie. And we'll go to you, Andrew.
I've also went for C as well, and don't ask me to say the team out because I
Well
can't.
done, Andy. And on to back to Scott again. Good on, Michelle. Wind you up.
I went for C as well.
Well done. Well done. Well done. So the answer is Marta Timo. So he did. Number 2. Who was the last Celtic player to score a hat-trick against Rangers before Dembele? A. Kenny Dalglish, B. Harry Hood, or C. Bobby Lennox? Who was the last Celtic player to score a hat-trick against Rangers before Dembele in 2016? A. Kenny Dalglish, B. Harry Hood, or C. Bobby Lennox?
Oh, did I change my mind? Fuck it, I'm going to change my mind.
Never change your mind.
Oh, start with you, Andy.
Harry Hood.
Michelle?
C, Harry Hood.
And Scotty?
I went with Kenny, but I changed my mind to Harry Hood, mate. When I had
Yes,
a wee-
last answer was Harry Hood in 1973.
Yeah.
It was the year I was born, so it was 73. So number 3, which Celtic player started the huddle?
Yep.
A. Alan Stubbs, B. Enrique Annone, or C. Tony Mowbray? I could probably ask you that. I thought the guesses, but you know yourself, that's the rules. I give you the 3 chances. So it's A. Alan Stubbs, B. Enrique Onone, or C. Tony Mowbray? And we'll go with you, Michelle, to start.
I've went for C, Tony Mowbray.
Well done.
What's
Andy?
it? Go.
Bobo Baldy. Mowbray. Moga.
And Scott?
Definitely Tony Mowbray.
Yep. Well done, lads. Tony Mowbray. He was in a pre-season friendly in 1995 against a German side called Kickers Emeren in a pre-season game, so it was all right. Number 4. From which team did Celtic sign Chris Morris? A. Sheffield Wednesday, B. Middlesbrough, or C. Brighton? A good recruit. He was from Cornwall, wasn't he? He used to, his family had the Cornwall Pies factory. So he did.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
I was thinking about the teammate he went to after Celtic, and so the teammate came for right. Okay, I've answered
Aye.
me too, that's right. I think I've got that.
I can see him in the two strips as well, Andy. I'm trying to think what way it went first.
What a signing, by the way.
Oh, brilliant, mate.
Class. So we'll go back to you, Scotty boy.
I think we'll see him when it comes to the old right backs and the last man standing. We'll chuck him in as one of the right backs, mate. So I went for Sheffield Wednesday, pal.
Sheffield Wednesday. Andy?
Yes, Sheffield Wednesday. I think we signed him for Middlesbrough. I may be wrong.
And Michelle?
I went for A, Sheffield Wednesday.
Sorry,
The answer was Sheffield Wednesday.
Aye.
Same as
I
Terry
meant
went
to say I think he went to Middlesbrough after Celtic. No, that we signed him. Aye.
Through Brighton in, Andy, because it was the nearest team to.
Aye.
So
Did they
number
go?
5.
Did they go to Middlesbrough for Celtic? I'm
Aye.
pretty sure they did.
Aye. Aye. Number 5. Which club did Wim Jansen manage the season before taking over the Celtic job? A. Loughran, B. Feyenoord, or C. Sanfrecce Hiroshima? A. Loughran, B. Feyenoord, or C. Sanfrecce Hiroshima?
Yep, got up.
Got to be in it. It's got to be, man. Pretty sure.
Oh, I need a tissue.
There's no point drop chat if you used to heating up lovely ready. We'll start with you, Michelle.
I went for B, Feyenoord.
Feyenoord,
Feyenoord, sorry for mispronunciation.
Family Fortunes.
All right, Les.
On to you, Andy.
Hiroshima.
And on to you, Scotty.
Hiroshima.
I went for Feyenoord as well, mate.
Came for Japan.
Lads, the answer was Sanfrecce Hiroshima. It was a year before Celtic, yep. He managed Feyenoord and he managed Loughran as well. And Hiroshima was aye, so that was the year before Celtic. So well done, Andy. Number 6. Celtic could clinch and should win the title at Tannadice tomorrow. But who got the goals when we won the title in 2008 and 2022, right? So we'll get 4 for you, right? A. Van Hesselink. The score was 1-0. One game. And the second game was 1 each, right? So 2 goals scored to clinch the titles in 2008 and 2022. So 2 goal scorers. So A. Van Hesselink and O'Reilly. B. McDonald and Luda. C. Van Hesselink and Kyogo. Or D. Van Hesselink and Georgios Giakoumakis. You get what I'm talking about? Aye.
Yep.
One in 2008. Somebody once player scored. And they drew 1 each in 2022. And won the title at Paradise. So somebody scored that night. And somebody scored so is that a Link and O'Reilly? So yes, scored, you know what I'm saying? 8 and 2, 22. McDonald or Mida together Our Hesselink Diogo. Our Hesselink and Georges Giacomakis.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with you, Scott. A, B, C, or D?
I don't know what one they were, but it was Jan Venegura Hesselink and Georgios Giacomakis, I believe.
Okay. And Andy?
Yes, it was D. It was Venegura Hesselink and Big Gigi.
Still?
D as well.
Yes, I would do. Van Hesselink got the win at 1-0 and Big Giacomakis get the one each at 2022. So well done there. Well done. So on to number 7. Which Celtic striker had more caps for Scotland? A. Frank McGarvey. B. Frank McAvenny. Or C. Mark McGee. So which of these 3 players had more caps?
It's a great question, man.
A. Frank McGarvey. B. McAvenny. Or C. Mark McGee.
Okay.
Fucking tough on that, like.
You no, didn't you? Aye. Maybe
Yes.
Scott. Michelle. We'll start with you, Michelle.
It was just a complete guess for me, so I went for B.
B. McAvenny. Andy.
I also went McAvenny, and I don't think he actually had a lot of caps, but I don't remember McGarvey or McGee getting a lot of caps either.
I've went for Mark McGee. The very reason I've done that is because I watched Simon Donnelly's on McAvenny's there, and I think he said he only get 21 caps or something like that, close to around about that, if I remember right. Didn't get many, mate, but I think it's Mark McGee.
So the answer is, lads, the most caps for Celtic striker McGarvey, McAvenny, McGee was Frank McGarvey.
Was it really?
Really?
And it was 7 caps.
Oh, was it? Wasn't it 21 then? No,
McAvenny got 5 caps.
5.
And Mark McGee got 4 caps. For a bonus point, who got the most goals at them all?
Oh,
So write that down.
Got to
A
be.
wee point. So who got more goals? So McGarvey got 7 caps, McAvenny got 5, and McGee got 4. Who scored the most goals between the 3 of them for a bonus point?
Got to be, surely.
And we'll go to you, Scott.
McAvenny.
Andy.
Aye, I'm going to go with McAvenny, even though that McGarvey had more caps. I'm pretty sure it was still quite prolific.
I remember him scoring, surely.
Because he went to Italia. No, he was at
86.
86, wasn't he? And then they never played
McAvenny.
him. Aye, him and Charlie Nick, they never played him.
He landed at the airport before the flight, Andy.
Aye. We said that they played Paul Sturrock instead of him.
That's right, aye. So who are you going for, Michelle?
Again, just a complete guess. I went for McGee.
McGee. Well, who's getting the bonus point is Michelle. Well done. Mark McGee had 4 caps and 2 goals. McAvenny had 5 caps and 1 goal. And Frank McGarvey never scored in 7 caps.
Wow.
There you go. There's your history there. Number 8. Well done, Michelle.
Thanks.
Number 8. I know we are never away from Hampden. The place is basically our second home now. But what year did we play a full season at Hampden?
Yeah.
Is it A, 1993-94, B, 1994-95, or C, 1995-96? I can hear him again if you want.
No, it doesn't matter. That's fine.
So A, 1993-94, 1994-95, or 1995-96. That is number 8. We'll go to you, Andy, first.
Right. I've went for 95, 96, and I've went on the basis that Fergus came in and took over. at the start of the year in '94. Is that going to be enough time?
The Dean Austin Powers here, Andy.
I know. I'm trying to phone my inner mind to kind of weigh us up, but we'll let the other ones answer.
So Andy's went for 95, 96, and we'll go to you, Michelle.
I believe it was actually a year before 1994 to 1995 season, so B.
Okay, and Scotty.
100% 94, 95, aye.
Yep, the lads, and well done. The answer is 1994 and 95. Unlucky, Andy. Well done.
I was going to go for that. The reason I went for 95, 96 was by the time Fergus came in, I'm thinking, did the stadium start getting pulled down that early as soon as he came in, or as soon as the season ended?
Straight away, mate.
That's why I thought, with that gives enough time to start Hampden the next season, I get mixed up there in my years. But aye.
You're right, Andy. You're right, mate.
It's not often that happens.
But you were right for six months for that, Andy.
Aye. Very true.
Half a point.
Half a point now, take off.
Right, number 9. Celtic goalkeeper, am I saying this right? Celtic goalkeeper, Sinny Salo, has already played in Scotland. For which club? A, Ayr United, B, Falkirk, or C, Dunfermline.
Got it.
Celtic goalkeeper Sinny Salo has already played in Scotland for which club? Ayr United, B, Falkirk, or C, Dunfermline. Number 9. And we'll go to you, Michelle.
I'm sure it was my hometown, Ayr United.
Yes. Well done, Michelle. I'm just saying well done, just well done. And
it was Ayr United.
And Scott.
Yeah, sure, boys.
And yep, the answer was Ayr United on loan in 2020. So he was. And the final question for Judge, you know your history is, how much did Liverpool pay Celtic for Kenny Dalglish in 1977 to smash the British record? A, 400,000, B, 440,000, or C, 480,000.
Say them again, mate, please.
Yep, no bother. So the answers are A, £400,000, B, 440,000, C, 480,000. Otherwise, it's a fucking steal anyway, isn't it? Even that back in 77.
Yeah.
So there's your 3 there. And we'll be Scotty to start with.
I couldn't hear you first time round, mate, but I'm pretty sure it was 440.
Andy.
I went for 480.
And Michelle.
I also went for C, 480.
So Kenny Dalglish went to Liverpool in 1977 to smash the British record for £440,000. The answer was B. So Scott has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Andy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And a half. 7.5. You promised me a half point.
Michelle's 8 as well because she got a bonus point. Yep. She got 7 and that bonus point. So there you go. 2's of 1. Coming down to a tiebreaker. Yeah, son.
That's fine, mate. That's fine. Well done.
You 2 share the title. Well done, everybody. Well done, by the way.
Well done. That was brilliant, Jerry. Thank you so much, sir.
It's Jerry's Big Fat Quiz.
Aye, so it's been quite a good wee show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we've only got one more thing left to talk about, and it is we've got a wee game tomorrow. Dundee United host the champions Celtic at 12:30 up at Tannadice. Our Paddy and his grandson will be lucky enough to be there. We're going to watch it on the box. Myself, Michelle and Jerry will hopefully be with you straight after the game to give you a post-match show. Who cares about the other fixtures, to be honest? Who gives a shit about them, man? We're not even going to go through them. Let's have a wee look at the SPFL table. Premiership table, even. Yeah, as you can see, we only need a point to wrap up the title, but we want to do it like Celtic always do it. We want to do it in style tomorrow. Let's go round the panel. Jerry, Brendan said today it's an unchanged squad. It's just going to be Casper and Yang and young Dane Murray that are going to be out the squad, really. Barring that, he's played the same team the last 2 games as well. It seems to have worked out all right for us. Do you envisage any changes in that starting lineup tomorrow? And what is your prediction for the scoreline, my good man?
I'm a great believer in the team done well Sunday there, so I think the team should be exactly the same, Scott. So I do. So I think the team should be exactly the same for me anyway. And by the way, I think we drew with Dundee United the last game, didn't we? Nothing each.
No, mate. Yeah.
So Tannadice is always a hard wee place. By the way, done well because they've come up for the championship in 4th place, hadn't they? So Jim Goodwin's done a no bad job, but listen, it's all about us, isn't it, tomorrow? So listen, I think Celtic will win 3-1. For me, I keep the same team, folk with the jerseys, and Paddy and his boy, hopefully have a great day. They're hanging on the pedal, a wee shooting all that. His wee grandson's going down the shooting now in back on. And
he's so bad for the Stenlink, mate. That's how.
So they'll make the game tomorrow. But Paddy boy and that, hope you enjoy yourself tomorrow with your grandson, mate. Make memories. So I do. And Celtic 3-1. And we can all go out and enjoy ourselves, so we can every day.
Mm-hmm. Get the champagne.
Yeah. Don't forget it. Make sure we all celebrate it. That's what I'm saying. I need to go to this party, right?
Jerry's got his high heels on, he's ready to go.
I got my dress on, I've got a dress on under this.
Aye, each to their own these days, mate. Just crack on.
Friday night, mate, you're allowed to do what you want on a Friday night.
You wear what you want, mate. You wear what you want at the weekend. Andy, do you see it being any different tomorrow? Anybody going to get into that team? As Jerry said, fair play to Jim Goodwin. They came up for the championship and they've managed to get into the top 6 in their first season. He's done a good job. But I know he's a big Celtic man. Well, Jim's hopefully he gets the resis at tomorrow and gives us a nice wee title party. Him and his boy will be certainly enjoying it anyway, mate. I know they go and watch the games at Celtic Park. So what are you thinking, mate? Same team, and what's your prediction for the scoreline as well, pal?
My missus quite likes Jim Goodwin. Says he's quite handsome, him, by the way.
He's got beautiful eyes.
Oh, fuck up.
Honestly, he's beautiful. Box. Oh.
Right, okay, calm down. Jesus Christ, man. She perked up there, didn't she? Oh, I'm not feeling well. Oh, Jim Goodwin.
She's on heat tonight.
The way there, Andy, she's...
Just when you're talking about a dress there, Jerry, they talk about lorry drivers being cross-dressers. I think they need to watch out for the scaffolders now.
Well, you know what, Andy, we use ledgers, uprights and trannies. That's our free.
Oh, well. I think my team is Sinisolo, AJ, CCB, Scales, Taylor, Calmac, Engels, Hatate, Forrest, Ida, and Maeda. I think we're going to be right on our game up there. I don't think it's going to be easy. You know, Jim Goodwin's got them a well-organised team. He's actually done a very good job, considering he's had jobs in Scotland in the past and done a very good job with St Mirren, actually. Aberdeen didn't quite work out for him, but he seems to have really, I think they've given him a bit of time at Dundee United. They've put down and back up. And it's one of the teams I don't mind. United and Hibs I don't mind because they're kind of, I associate them with the same kind of people as us, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Celtic. Get the job done, celebrations. Into the tune and disrupt the Orange Walk tomorrow. It's going through Glasgow. So I don't know who approved that parade through Glasgow, the Orange Walk tomorrow, but what a silly decision that was going to be. But yep, 3-0 for me.
It certainly is when everybody's going to be amassing in the centre as well. It's they're looking for carnage with doing stupid things like that. Michelle, what's your prediction for the team lineup tomorrow, and what's your prediction for the score line as well, pal?
I think the team will be the same, apart from I think Trusty will come back for Scales, and I think Ida will be out on the bench, and it will be Jota will come in. I think it's going to be. I'm going to go for 5-0 again, because the past 3 seasons we've won the title. It's been 5-0, I believe, or the 5 range. So we beat Dundee United 2008 for the title. We beat them 2022 for the title, and we're going to beat them tomorrow for the title. So come on, you boys and ground.
Yes, get in there. I'm with James, folks. I don't think there'll be any changes in the side. Why change something that works for me? Keep it as is. I'm going with James. I'm going for 4-0. And P. McLaughlin's got McGregor up as the first goal. He likes to have a wee pop at goal, so why not? And Helen, we will have a great weekend, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time watching this podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Our subs are going up week after week after week. So thank you so much. We've got a few new people in the comments tonight. I've seen that as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page. That's it. That's your Friday Focus show for this evening. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Andy. And thank you, Michelle. Absolutely outstanding work for everybody behind the scenes as ever. I don't think people realise how much effort everybody puts in to making this podcast as good as it is. So myself, Andy, definitely will see you after the game tomorrow, hopefully, or Michelle and Jerry as well. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens depending on the old sherbet tomorrow. That's us. Enjoy yourselves tomorrow. Stay safe. And we'll see you after the game. Hail, hail.
Enjoy. Come on.